Yo, what's good, guys? It's your main man, Coach Richie Rich, Coach Babs. How you guys doing? Welcome to the Think Strong, Be Strong channel. So today, let's talk about knowing your worth. Now, you probably hear a lot of stuff, and people, throw a lot of things around there surrounding knowing your worth and their version and their take on knowing your worth and do you know your worth. Thing is, how easy is it to say to yourself or say to somebody, know your worth? Don't be treated like that. Know your worth. Don't let them talk to you like that. Know your worth. Don't let anybody sap your energy or take away your time. Know your worth. How easy is it for someone to say that and then practice it? It's not very easy, is it? And it's going to be a challenge. Let's face it, we're people, we're human beings. We have a way that we feel when we're rejected. We have a way that we feel when we're trying to go for something for the first time, and somebody else has been there, and you've heard them talk about what they've accomplished, what they've done. So you don't think you're worthy. It's easy for someone else to say that to you, but when you're going for that particular job, and you've been earning 20,000 most of your life, and then you're going for that 25 or 30k job, and you're now nervous that you might screw up the interview, and you don't know if you're worthy of getting the position. Same thing when you're becoming a new father or a new mother, or you're becoming a big brother because you found out that they're expecting a sibling, and you just wonder if you're going to be cut out for the position, or if you're going to be able to bring the best that is required from you to be whatever it is to be. And you start questioning yourself and you start doubting yourself. And I think the two things that really kick you in the balls regarding your self-worth, is always rejection and somebody ghosting you or turning their back on you. And you start to look inwards at yourself and you think to yourself, man, maybe if you were this, or maybe if you were that, they would have walked out on you. Or maybe if you were this, if you were a bit more of that, you would have got that position, or you would have been given that opportunity. And you start going back to the drawing board and thinking that you're not good enough, so you have to work on yourself. And the thing is, these things are going to kick you in the balls of self-worth, and they're really going to knock you down. If anything, they'll knock you backwards more than they'll push you forward. I mean, there are some people out there who have this drive and this willpower to push through and be like, nah, and really, really dig deep and go at it. But then there are the rest of us who it really does hurt us, and it really does bother us, and it really does start making us question who we are and what we do and what we're capable of, and whether we deserve certain things or not. And the question you need to ask yourself is, why are you questioning your worth? Why do you feel like you're not worthy of doing it? Why do you feel like it's a personal attack on you? You gotta understand, when you're being rejected in something like an opportunity or in a relationship, it ain't because you ain't good enough. It's because you don't possess what's required for that relationship or that job opportunity. It's got nothing to do with whether you're worthy or not. We all come into this world worthy of everything and anything we desire. It's all about having the necessary skills or the necessary knowledge or know-how for that particular purpose. It's got nothing to do with your worth. It's got nothing to do with whether the fact that you're worthy of such or not worthy. It's got nothing to do with that at all. It's all about, do you have what is required at that time to best fit that position? Especially in a job, for example. If you get turned down for a job opportunity, they're going to tell you 9 times out of 10 that you're a great person, and I love your attitude, and I love your zeal, and I love your this, your that. However, we just need something. We just need this. We just need that. They don't tell you that you're not worthy of this position. It's just that you're lacking 1 or 2 things that is required for that position. And that's even good for you, because then if you really want that position, all you got to do is go back and just acquire knowledge, skills on that thing that they're looking for, and probably add a little bit more to it for yourself, so that next time when you go back to that position, you can get it, because you're ticking the boxes. In a relationship, okay, it's not that straightforward in a relationship when you've been rejected or you've broken up with somebody. but it still doesn't mean you should question your worth. Sometimes they have their own insecurities and they doubt their worth, and therefore they find a way to project it onto you to make you feel like you doubt your worth, but it's really them, not you. And you know that's in no way a hit on that person, and it's no way an attack on you either. It's just, don't take it so personal as if to say you're not worthy. You know, the moment you tell yourself you're not worthy of anything, you put yourself in a form of depression, and you know, you put yourself in a form of anxiety where you don't think or feel like you can do anything. You know, and it's a lot of work sometimes for you by yourself to believe in yourself all over again when you've been nothing but doubting yourself and doubting your worth. And it's for me to encourage you, I guess, and remind you that anything that doesn't go your way is in no point or in no direct attack on your value direct attack on the value you hold on yourself. In fact, if you don't think you're worth anything, nobody else is going to look at you on value. It's like you see somebody sell themselves cheap, you know, and they let any Tom, Dick, and Harry get all up in them, you know, just, pardon the phrase, fucking chuck. Do you know what I mean? Just get all up in them. And they're bragging like, you know, how many people they've been with and such. And they're bragging about it, but just, they don't have much self-worth or value on themselves, because if you did, you wouldn't sell yourself so cheap. You wouldn't allow just anybody touch you or anybody get all up in you just because you're fly or just because you have some material things. You wouldn't allow it. Same way you wouldn't allow yourself that you're walking down the street or you're in a job and somebody's talking down at you like you're scum or like you don't deserve to be alive. You wouldn't allow that. Like, you know you're worth more than that. Like, you know that you're better than that. So then you wouldn't allow anybody to talk to you like you're trash. Do you know what I mean? And that's worth, that's self-worth. You know, some people get pride and self-worth mixed up, and there is a thin line between knowing your worth and then being very, very proud to the point where you're arrogant, you know? And it's not about being arrogant, and it's not about showing off with pride. It's about understanding the things you've been through, the journey you've been on, the places you've encountered, the challenges you've overcome, and know that you overcame it. Yeah, you got some help along the way, but you overcame it. Like, this was you, you know, and you know that you're made of some special stuff. Like, you're not just no guy off the street who just lost. You're not no woman off a street corner who's confused. Like, you can look back and somebody could ask you, how's your life been? And you can talk about the challenges you've been through and how you got to this point. Then you know you're of worth, you're of value. So then you wouldn't sell yourself cheap. But yet we see people do that. And they have their own reasons, fair play. But it comes down to the fact of, what worth or value do you place on yourself? You know, what have you allowed externally to affect you internally to make you feel like you're not worthy or you're not worth it? I'm here to tell you that you are worthy and you are so worth it. And as I stand, I can't allow anybody to make me feel like I'm not worthy anymore. Like, I've been in a place where I felt like I'm not worthy, and I've allowed people to talk me down and talk down at me, and I've made some choices along the way. And I'm not saying mistakes, I'm saying choices. I've made some choices along the way that, when I look back at it now, I question, why did I allow myself to be that way? Like, don't I think I'm special? Don't I think I'm worth it? Like, why did I sell myself so cheap? Why did I allow myself to get caught up in things that I shouldn't have got caught up in? But at the same time, I'm blessed, because if I didn't, I wouldn't know my worth right now. I wouldn't know the value I place on myself, and I wouldn't conduct myself accordingly. And the beautiful thing about self-worth is it's a process. So it's not just, boom, I'm worthy and that's it. No, there are going to be different challenges along the way, and there are going to be different situations along the way. And there are going to be times when you have to ask yourself, okay, I'm about to enter this situation. How do I feel about it? How do you think they think about me for them to ask me to be in this situation? Like, how do they see me? As well as, how do I see myself? And am I about to make this happen or not? You know, and when you find before you step into any kind of thing, or when and they say like attracts like, and if you surround yourself with pigeons, if you treat yourself if you act like a pigeon, you'll be surrounded by pigeons. If you act like an eagle, you'll fly among eagles. The moment you recognize your self-worth and what the value you hold on yourself, and you walk and you carry yourself in that moment, you will find that similar people will be drawn towards you, and you don't have to chase after people for anything. You don't have to go after that girl or that guy to get them to see you. They'll see you regardless, because you standing out amongst everybody else, because you know your worth, you know your value, you know who you are, you know what you deserve, you know what you don't deserve, you know what you'll tolerate, you know what you won't tolerate. So therefore you stand separate amongst everybody else who are just going with the flow or just doing whatever. And people will see you, and people will come over to you and find out what you're all about, and see if you're doing it for show, or if you're like, nah, this girl or this guy, they know what's up. Like, they know about themselves to the point, like, I can't even say anything to bring them down. Like, I can't dismiss them anyhow, and I can't talk at them or talk down to them for them to be bothered about what my opinion is of them, or what I think they're worth in my eyes. They're so comfortable in themselves, and they know who they are, that nothing I can say is going to push them down. So I want to learn more from that person to find out how they've been able to get to where they are. And and it's a process. It's always going to be a process, and it's an ongoing process, and it's a beautiful process. Don't be looking for no end of self-worth. Don't be looking for no quick pill. Don't be looking for something that is going to be, it's something that is like boom and we're done. Don't look for that. Keep looking. Just keep watching how your mentality, your body language, the way you address scenarios, the way you turn up to situations, the way you turn away from situations. Just keep an eye on that and look at that within yourself, and then reminisce and flash back to once upon a time when they said you were nothing, and you believed them, and then you'll see to yourself, you'll be able to see within yourself that, oh, I know what I'm worth now. I found what other people dismissed, which is my value. I know what value I place upon myself, so I know what situations I will find myself in, or what situations I don't care to be part of, because that's not about me, and I'm not about that life. Yeah, so yeah guys, self-worth, it's a journey, it's a process, it's a beautiful process, it's a beautiful journey. Don't allow the opinions of anybody else externally affect who you are internally. They don't shape you or make you. The only people that shape you or make you are you, and the decisions that you make, and the choices that you make in day-to-day life, and the things you choose to believe about yourself, and the things you choose not to believe about yourself. Anyway guys, like I always say, live your life one step, one rep at a time. If you've enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe and share. Anyway guys, take it easy man. Like I always say, live your life one step, one rep at a time. Think strong, be strong, and impossible is nothing. Peace.